AITA for telling my husband I'll go on vacation with the kids and my best friend if he's too busy with work. My husband and I have been married for over 4 years. Our son is 3 and our daughter is 16 months old. My husband has a busy schedule, due to both his day job and his business after that and on Saturdays, and sometimes if I'm okay with it, Sundays. We had planned to go to Spain at the end of December for a couple of weeks. Like we've bought tickets, booked a hotel, talked about how we'll spend our 2 weeks there. Last weekend he asked if we could postpone our trip to the end of June. Like a literal 6 months after we're supposed to go. I said no, it was so unfair that he was pulling this at the last minute. He asked me to understand that his business required him to suddenly change his plans, that it was important, that had been looking forward to this downtime as much as I had. To provide more context, this isn't the first time this has been an issue. His business hours have been an issue over the past 2 to 3 years. He'd made changes and organized his hours better and his job had become WFH2, so we had struck a balance that I could be okay with. But his business hours again started infringing on our family time, and he'd been promoted to a managerial role at his day job, so he was now going into work on some days too. I told him I'd been looking forward to this for so long, counting days till our vacation. I told him I'll be going regardless whether he wants to come or not, and if he doesn't want to come we can get a refund and my best friend can go in his place. Admittedly, I was just lashing out. I have no idea of the logistics of it. Yesterday I asked him again what his plan was. He tried to show me messages from his clients to show how busy he was during that period. I told him I don't care. He gave me his word. According to him, I'm being unreasonable. I wanted to know AITA here. Also, I don't even know if it's logistically feasible and I don't want it to come to it, but would I be the AH if I actually went on vacation and took my best friend along? Update. Hi, thanks a lot for the feedback on my first post. I had decided to suggest he do his tutoring classes online while we were in Spain as a compromise, and that's what I was planning on doing. My husband caught a cold on Thursday though and had been really down and out the last couple of days. He had taken these 2 days off work from his day job. Despite my insistence that he rest, he tried to do his tutoring class as scheduled but literally couldn't get through it and cancelled those as well. I didn't want to have the conversation while he was this sick, so I postponed it. It was great, maybe not the best choice of words as a wife talking about my husband getting sick lol, to kind of just have him do nothing for these 2 days. He spent time with me and the kids. A few of his friends and some mutual friends of ours also came to our place to see him because they rarely see him outside of important occasions. Last night I brought up the vacation again. He agreed without too much resistance. He said he'll move around some classes or take them in advance, but either way he'll be with us for the vacation. I thanked him and also told him he needs to take it easy, it's clearly affecting his health. He was like, him being sick isn't because of the work, it's because of the change in weather. I did bring up that we had had an agreement earlier and that he'd kept to it for a while and we'd really struck a good balance, but things are back to the way they were prior to that. He said he always asked me before filling up Sundays, and that is true TBF, it's just, there's only so many times I can say no. He also mentioned how 2 people he knows have recently been laid off, that times are bad economically. I told him I don't see why that has to affect him. We're doing well financially, we have more than enough savings, our careers are good, he has a business that has been growing every year, we're secure where we are. He said he was too sick to talk about this, and that right now our kids are young, they need less of him, that his classes are important because students and parents come to him after having heard of him, and that it's important for them to get into good universities. I told him our son is old enough that he now wants to spend time with him, and that I can compromise on my needs and wants but not our kids. He got the point I was trying to make and said that he'll make the necessary changes. I'm glad our vacation is back on track. I'd really been looking forward to this as a family. Also, I'm glad I told him how he'd been reneging on the balance we'd established earlier and he'll be going back to it. He did do it last time, so I'm confident he'll do it again. We both just have to work to make sure we keep it in place. Thanks a lot.